Welcome to another episode of On the Shot. We're here with our guest this week, Michael Ian Black. You just wrapped up the week. How was it?
Up and down.
Up and down?
Lovely audiences all around and a great club. I personally was up and down.
Last night you said you had a pretty harrowing experience in the club.
Well, a guy passed out. I mean, drunk people sometimes pass out, but rarely are they like standing and then just kind of collapse on the ground. And I didn't even think he was drunk. I think he was something else, either a narcoleptic, probably not a narcoleptic, or just fucking high out of his mind. I don't know what it was, but it was pretty alarming when it happened, and it kind of shut down the show the whole time. And part of me was thinking like, A, how is this going to affect me comedically? And thinking this could be really good, like comedically, like this could be awesome, because there'll be a video, somebody will take a video of a guy dying during one of my shows, and that could just go viral, and then I'll just be great for me. This guy's death could be amazing for me. And then the other thing I was thinking was, hey, this could eat up a lot of time, like I'm gonna have to do like a whole show, because I got this guy dying on the stage, and like that could easily be like 10-15 minutes. I can just get out of here that much quicker. Not that I wanted to leave, but because I'm not a guy who needs to be on the stage all the time. I was like, this is really going to be great. His death, I thought, was really going to work out great for me. Turns out he's fine. The guy's fine. Yeah.
Well, was he just standing up during your show the whole time?
No, I think what happened was he was seated, stood, like was going somewhere, like to the bathroom or something, and then the act of standing, I think he was just like right on the edge the whole time, and the act of standing tipped him over, and there was and he just collapsed, and I was alarmed. Worked out fine. Everybody had a good laugh at his expense.
Well, you've been obviously doing comedy for 2 decades or more, but stand-up's kind of new to you. Do you remember your first time on stage doing stand-up?
Well, the first time I did stand-up, like a weekend at a club, like a comedy club, was here, like just over a year ago.
Oh, really?
Like I had done stand-up, but like at like rock clubs or like theaters or like, kind of one-off things at comedy clubs, but I'd never done the like full weekend at a like real comedy club, and it was like harrowing. It was like really, really scary for me. So it was kind of nice to come back and be a little bit more experienced and at least know that, whatever happened, I was going to survive.
Was it just the pace, the 6 shows in 1 weekend kind of deal?
It was a combination of things, including like me not trusting that a comedy club audience is no different than a rock club audience or a theatrical audience. People just want to have a good time, and I needed to learn how to trust that and to kind of just be myself on stage.
All right, what is the best thing, food or otherwise, you've ever put in your mouth?
Food or otherwise that I've ever put in my mouth?
Yes.
The first and only time I took acid, the acid was not the best thing, although it's up there. But having spent like 12 hours high in the Badlands of South Dakota and getting lost and having it be dark and having thought I was going to lose my life because we could not find our car and there were no lights and there's cliffs everywhere, and I had no depth perception, so I thought I'm going to just step off a crevice and die. Having then found our car and driven like 20 miles to a 7-Eleven, and I don't even know what I ate, but whatever it was the best tasting thing I've ever had in my life.
What has been your most embarrassing moment on stage?
Embarrassing? I don't know that I've ever really like been embarrassed in like something totally like mortifying has happened other than just like sucking.
Is it brutal?
Well, as I'm sure anybody who's watching this can imagine what sucking on stage is like and bombing on stage is like, and it's exactly like that.
Can you name the first 5 Led Zeppelin albums?
Absolutely. Led Zeppelin 1. Hurt Your Dick Off, I think is the second one. There's the one with the cymbals. There's the one that has mbop on it.
That one, yes.
That one's great. That's number 4. And then the fifth one I think is called The Eagles' Greatest Hits.
Absolutely true, correct.
Okay.
For the first time.
Glad I got that.
Have you ever written a joke or been told a joke that you were just so offended by it you couldn't possibly repeat it?
No.
Never happened?
No.
Well, simple and precise.
No, I mean, I'm not. I'm not interested in shock value necessarily. Shock value for the sake of shock value, or being offensive for the sake of it. Generally, if I'm writing something or thinking about it, it's not because I'm thinking, oh, this will really shock people. It sometimes like the language is the language that you sort of have to use, and I don't shy away from it, but I try not to rush towards it either.
Sure.
So I'm not afraid to say cunt.
Well, that's all we've got for you. And as we told you, we always end this with a nice shot of Kentucky bourbon. So let's do it.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
To you.
Thank you.
And all of you.
We'll see you next week on The Shot.